No, I think it might be one of their tenants or something.
Uh,
Okay, this is Ronnie. I am.
Sorry.
That's okay, Monica. This is Ronnie. I'm officially starting the Greenway Committee meeting at 4:06 on April 28th. So Larry was just about to give us a little bit of update on his one of the maps he started.
yeah,
So
I
go
sent
ahead,
around.
Larry.
I sent around the map with the flower boxes on it, and I went around and looked at them all. And of course, when you look at them now, they all look unmaintained because
Yeah,
they're just coming out of winter. But
right.
the I marked on there the ones that have and don't have boxes, and I think we probably got them just about where we want the boxes. But if you're driving on Sapsucker Woods, uh, leaving say you leave the parking lot at the ornithology lab and you're heading towards Brown Road,
Mhm.
they cross into the village right across from the entrance to the barn, the big white barn.
Okay.
And there is a sign there entering town of Dryden if you're eastbound, but there's no Village of Lansing sign. And other than that, I think we ought to have a Village of Lansing sign there. That looks the only place that I feel like it's missing. But if you go 100 meters or 200 meters north and you're on 13 eastbound or westbound,
What's
there's
that?
certainly a sign there.
The
But
sign there.
maybe they say, well, there's a sign in 13, we don't need it on Sapsucker Woods, but it feels missing there.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just because of the amount of traffic that's on that road that might not be enough, but it's something we can look into. We
Well,
can
it's
look at it at a later date.
even on Highland Road and Highland Circle, there are village signs.
True. Yeah, then
Just
those are low
implement.
traffic. Okay. Yeah, well, it's something that we can consider.
Other than that,
Signs aren't very expensive.
I
We
was
might
just
even
thinking,
have an extra one.
yeah, I was just thinking about, they have to go over there, just plan to go over there and drive in the sign posts and all that stuff. But it felt like driving around, it felt like it was missing there. That's the others that don't seem to be.
I'm going to share my screen uh, just so I can pull up our spreadsheet. Well, why doesn't it let me share? I think it's up here. No, I don't know. I don't see a share screen anywhere. Let me close participant box.
Maybe you need to put your cursor up or something, bring it up.
No, it's I get the bar,
It's not on there.
but it doesn't give me anything to start sharing. Let me try advanced sharing. No, that's okay. Let me see. I
Is
apologize.
one of your bars maybe blocking it at the bottom? Do you have a bar?
No, everything's
Try putting
jumping
it like
above.
full screen.
It's jumping above the bar. Let me see if. Interesting. I haven't had this problem before.
Try switching your view from gallery to something just to see if it shakes it up a bit.
I'll try speaker view. Yeah, that did it. Interesting. Okay. So I can see I'll see the speaker view, the person speaking. Um, the Okay, so this is our spreadsheet. So I just wanted to go down. Uh, see, I thought we had an entrance for that map.
We just saw for which map? Miller map?
No, the map you were just talking
Oh,
about.
it's back up higher, I think.
Is it higher?
Yeah, it was pretty close. Just down promoting village green spaces. Oh, that's one. Oh, that's a different map. Up there, flower boxes and gardens. It has Lynn there, but wait a
Okay,
minute.
well,
Village of landscape areas.
I'll just put a note in here.
And I will send you around the amended one that has the missing one on it.
Would you guys mind if I just multitask while we were doing this? Because I'm in charge of dinner and I got to start it. Is that okay?
Mine is
Absolutely.
Instant bot is going.
I'm here.
Okay, yeah, quick while she's gone. What are our tasks we want Monica to do?
No, I'm still on here. I'm still listening. I'm just going to be in the kitchen. So
We were so close.
I'm still here. I'm
That's
just going to
fine.
multitask while we're in this meeting.
That's one of the nice things about Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
I might stop the video so you don't see me chopping onions.
village sign at Sapsucker Woods.
Westbound.
Okay. There we go. All right, so we captured that. That I will move that one statement down to a proper line where we're working on it. But that way I've already captured it.
When,
I'll just go ahead.
When she mentioned, it says garden areas is the one by the hall. Is there another one, or did the bank took over the other one? We don't have.
Well, we own some garden spots over by the entrance, or we maintain garden spots over by the entrance to the mall.
Oh yeah.
Or is it Pyramid Drive? I think it's Pyramid Drive.
Mhm.
That we maintain right around the entrance where that brick wall is in front of Tops on Trip Hammer.
Oh yeah.
And there's a spot across the street by the gas station.
That's right. At the Cuban.
Those we try to include in, we have been trying to include in our annual landscaping plan with our landscaping contractor. They took care of that last year and I think the year before. So that will continue.
The bank took over the one across the road.
Yes, I think so. So I'll just Mark's trails listed. Okay, have you finished all of the parks and trails, the map on the work on the parks and trails, Larry?
Well, I've been around them, and I was trying to figure out if I could put them the new sidewalks and stuff onto the Miller map, but in order to draw onto a PDF, which version I have of it, you pay $15 a month for some kind of rented program or something.
No.
So I don't know if I don't know what the quality would look like if I put it into a Word document and use the word lines. Would that work?
Well, one thing that I do, Larry, that I found helpful is I use my Google Maps. Let me see if I can show you.
Yeah, I see how you do it on Google Maps now. I've been working with it a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
it works a little bit. You've got some control over the lines and the thicknesses and the colors and everything. And it works pretty well. And then I can just copy the whole map or blow up and copy just the part of the map that I want. And then I could scale it in and out of Word documents once I drop it in.
yeah,
So
I did the trails, the walking trails there. I sent it around, I think, for the Harthill Park. And the other thing, I had a question when I was working on the Black Chin one. Do we want to start putting on the fact that there are benches and stuff at these places?
Yes, that would be an amenity. That would be in the amenity list, which is part of one of the appendix with all of the parks in it.
Yeah. And pavilions and all of that.
Yes.
None of that so far is on any of our maps for the parks, right?
I'm talking about the list. No, I don't think for the map. I just want to give people a feel for where it is. I don't think we need to show them anything but trails and park park boundaries on those maps. The benches and so forth would just fall into the list of amenities for each of the parks if we add anything. So that's the text part that's beside the smaller map.
Mhm.
So the maps themselves, no, just
Um,
trails, sidewalks, and park boundaries.
Okay. And the other thing was, when I started doing that, I thought the sidewalk, and we're trying to get sidewalks onto the Miller map. I thought, well, wait a minute, John Courtney must have a map. Do they have some kind of map they use? Or are they using the Miller map? Because they have to plow and now they have all the new sidewalk, none of which is on the Miller map as far as we know.
They keep maps in their office. For instance, the Dart Drive map we have the engineering drawings for that sidewalk.
Yeah, yeah.
And once that goes into work, they will have that map available, and they will just keep it in their office and they will know. But since they're going to be building the sidewalk themselves, they automatically know where all of this stuff is.
Yeah, yeah.
But they do have maps.
Mhm. And so
I've got a copy of the engineering drawings here at home, in fact, that I need to return to John
for the Harthill
but-
Park.
before no, this is for the Dart Drive.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be updated a little bit because I think they're going to move the original street light locations to new locations because we're going from utility pole mounted LED lights to pole LED lights. We're just going to put in poles from the village. So we will be able to better place those along the length of Dart Drive and not rely on the position of the utility poles for
Yeah.
NICEAG. So there'll be minor changes to be coming from that side, but I think they've got the engineering worked out.
But so I know they are aware where they all are and they probably have individual maps, but do they have a whole village-wide map that like?
I don't think that they do. I think that's something we've got to request. That was a discussion that I had with Mike Scott. If we want to, he said it's about time that we should just approach TG Miller and ask them to generate new
Yeah.
maps for us. And one of those would be sidewalks.
Mhm.
And we could do parks. So they could do all sorts of things, but we would have to pay for that.
Yeah, yeah.
But we have money set aside for engineering drawings for various projects, so it would just come out of that money within the
As far
budget.
as updating our the plan, do we want to then, I mean, do we want to put the time in to make one up ourselves for the whole village? Like I'll go in and just drawing lines on Google Maps, I guess, so.
I think that's all we need. It's just a general idea of where the park is. And if we get to the point, once we have, if the engineering maps are much better and we can use them, we can basically update them within the appendices or the appendix for the parks if
Good.
we need to. It would just be an update to the appendix and not to the entire document.
Mhm. And so I will try to, now that I'm a little more familiar with Google Maps, try to get that together with the new sidewalks. But I'm trying to think of if I'm not remembering where they are. We have the new one on
Uptown.
Uptown Drive. Is that the only big addition? And then Dart Drive, but that's projected still.
Yeah, that's projected. We did the
Northwoods
other-
Road? Did you say Northwoods?
Oh yeah, that's true. Northwoods had the one that we finished up last year
Mhm.
that runs on the north side of the road that
Right.
runs all the way down to the trail entrance that goes
Right,
between Northwoods and Swartout.
And so I have to add the Northwoods and also Uptown.
Uptown might be there. I can't recall.
No, it stops right at Harleo's or at the swim club, I think.
Oh, okay.
Coming
Yes.
from the bus stop to the swim club, I think as far as it goes on the map. I know it goes all the way around.
Okay. Yeah, that one and Northwoods.
I got that now.
We've got a sidewalk that's on Bomax right in front of East Point. But it's not really a contiguous sidewalk yet. So I don't know if we want to hold off on that one.
I see.
There is a walkway around or within the Lansing Trails 2 development, but it's just asphalt. And there's so much construction right there. I wouldn't want to let anyone think they could take that sidewalk, or use that sidewalk because
Which
it's
one is that?
dangerous. The one that's goes down Norway, it starts on Bomax and then curves around through Norway,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's asphalt. It's not sidewalk.
And is that ours or is that their
Oh,
private?
no, it's a development until it's the developer's responsibility until they finish their work there and then sign the the sidewalk over to us.
So
Whether it's going to be a sidewalk or a walkway at this point is uncertain.
yeah, yeah. So it would be, might as well put, if it's actually functioning, I can put it on.
It
there.
is and it isn't because there's still construction going on over there, and it might be blocked by cutaways and construction vehicles.
That's the one that comes around the curve by between the new things that are still for sale. Most of them are still being sold.
Yes.
They're phase 2, right?
Hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to think of any others. Yeah, I forgot about the Bomax Street. There's supposed to be something all the way along Bomax down to the post office.
Eventually there will be. Yeah.
You know, I had kind of not really a concern, but my son was riding his bike down Bomax, the new sidewalk that's there that was built by East Point.
Mm-hmm.
It just stops and then it gets picked up again after like 6 feet by an asphalt sidewalk, I guess built by the other project.
Yes.
And he almost fell because the sidewalk just ended. Thank God he stopped himself. So I wasn't even paying attention in time because there's a big drop and then dirt and then asphalt, which is kind of dangerous. Like someone might hurt themselves. So is there like a way that we can like join them or?
I don't know if that's on our side. I'll have to go by and look at it, Monica. I don't know if the dirt area is on our side or on the developer's side.
It's kind of weird that it just stopped. I mean, I understand that now there's 2 different kinds of sidewalks, which I'm hoping Carolyn's sidewalk law will help with this stuff because it's very disjointed over there and it's a nice development. It would be nice if the sidewalk like wraps all the way around or just didn't end in like dirt and then.
I'm wondering if construction vehicles are passing through that place or something and why they didn't.
Well, it's a culvert. I think there's a culvert over there or something. So it's not a driveway. It just stops at like a ditch. Like there's a ditch on the other side of it.
Okay.
So yeah, someone might fall. I just, cause like my kid, like I was like, oh my God, I didn't even see that. And he stopped just in time. So.
Okay. Well, we will.
Yeah.
I know that at some point we're going to look at that whole length of Bomax from Warren Road and we can take care of that. I'll go by and look at it and then I'll talk with John Courtney about it to see what he says.
Yeah. It's just that curb that just drops off. That's the problem. It's not that they're not the same. It's that curb.
Okay.
So.
I will talk to him about that. I know where the sidewalk ends, but I forgot him. I don't remember the dirt area for some reason. So I'll go by and look at it.
But it's a really nice place to walk and run and, it's a really nice little area back there. So it'd be nice to kind of finish it up. It just looks incomplete as it is.
Yeah, if it's connected, it goes right around when it connects to the path down to Hart Hill, which would be nice.
It will. Yeah, there's a path there. I walked it when I was campaigning in those apartments. I saw that they had actually built the walkway, the pathway that is supposed to come out of the south side of the apartment complex and goes down to join the property that the village owns. It's already there. All we have to do is connect to it.
And it ends at the village line for the L-shaped one that's back, the L-shaped one behind Northwoods.
Yeah, we own that, and that's where we're thinking about putting in a fitness trail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and have a trail come up and so Monica, for instance, your children can ride bikes or walk all the way from the entrance on Dark Drive up through the park, cross over Northwoods. We'll put in a pedestrian crosswalk there, and then they'll go across the next park and go up that L shape, and then they can actually take a path all the way up to Bomax Drive.
Yeah, and
so
then out to Warren if they wanted and down.
Yeah, that's the plan. So it probably won't happen this year, but that's one thing we will be looking at.
That'd be
So,
amazing. That would be really great. So,
yeah,
oh, and since we're speaking of walkways, sorry, I just have one more thing that someone had actually mentioned to me about Hartel Park.
yes,
And once she mentioned it, I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. So we have like the two loops around Harts Hill Park, right? So and it goes through the center, right? So it's almost like a figure eight, I guess you can even do.
hmm
The problem is that like if you have kids riding their bikes in a loop, or even runners or whatever, you have to go out into the parking lot
Yeah.
to, at the top of that.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So is there any way, like it doesn't have to be like immediate, but maybe as future plans, we could just extend the asphalt behind the rocks that are there, so then you don't have to go in the parking lot to complete the loop.
The only problem I'm thinking of, there might be water or stormwater lines underneath. But if it's asphalt, that's easy enough to tear up and replace.
I think the parking places lean back towards the edge of the road, and the drain is on the opposite between the parking space and the road. I remember John talking about the problem of putting that in there. I think it drains the other way.
We will, but it's something that we can definitely talk about, and we could just run a piece of asphalt on the, I guess it would be the south side of those parking lot rocks.
Yeah, the south side of the
All the way,
boulder.
the width and hitting all of the trails so that it connects.
Yeah, because then that would make a nice safe loop for runners and bikers. You don't have to go out into the parking lot. I mean, it's not very trafficy, so I'm not super concerned. But if a kid isn't looking and they come out and a car just happens to be going down the street, like it might be a problem.
Yeah, you're right. Or someone's pulling in and they're talking on the phone or something. They might not see a child coming along the parking lot to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we should have thought of that when we put that park together. But
And I totally didn't think of that either until someone she's like, it would be much better if the path was just on the other side of the rocks. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. It probably would be.
Yeah. Well, that's where, we'll make it better. I'll bring that up to John and let him start thinking about it. Give it something to plan over the winter. If we can't do it.
I'm sure John needs plenty of things to plan over the winter.
Need to fill that excess time they have when they're not plowing. But no, that's a good point. We should definitely look at that.
I had just reminded me thinking about walking along there. Is the baseball backing going to be put into the corner of the soccer field?
Yeah, I thought they were going to do that this year. They resodded the field, trying to get it a little thicker and green. And I think that one of the next steps is to put in the backstop. And I thought we were going to do like at Dankert Park. We'll have some players' benches out on the field too. So John mentioned that during our budget discussions. We were talking about parks and things we were going to try to do this year. Okay. So I'm going to go down through the list here. Change matrix. Okay. Friends, to be frank with you, I didn't do any work on this past month. I was doing nothing but campaigning. I know that's a very politician type thing to say, but
we won't hold it against you. Don't worry.
My spare time was walking through homes or neighborhoods and apartment complexes. I apologize.
What's going to happen now with this group? Because you're going to have a lot more responsibilities. So,
well, I currently plan to continue chairing this and to be the task force coordinator for the climate smart communities. If my schedule gets such that I cannot do that, we will work on getting someone else to take over. But I plan, I like these two committees. We tend to get things done and we're doing good things. And I want to stay on it. I am going to fall off of some of my other committee meetings and try to get other trustees to take over on those. So it's kind of in flux, I guess is what I'm getting at. But I want to stay on this one and I want to stay on the CSC task force for sure. But if it doesn't work out, we'll work it out and get people, someone to chair and coordinate the other if need be. So that's my plan. But things can happen. Quite frankly, and one of the problems, oh gosh, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything because we're recording, but let's just say that I will be working on that. I've already got a list of all the committees that I'm aware of and which ones that I'll probably have to stay on that are external to the village. And that these two internal ones I want to stay on. Let's leave it at that right now.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Spell out volunteers' responsibility. We've got to wait until we get some more Friends of Information and volunteers put in here. Wait a second. So we will be doing that, but we will be doing it in another section. But I have it there to remind me to still do that. In work, order more benches. Okay, we have money in the budget this year for more benches, 5 or 6, and so we will be ordering those and installing them in various parks. Ned Hickey will receive one. I think that Shannon Park will receive another one, and we'll put maybe a couple more in Marion Hartill, 1 or 2 in the add another one to Dankert, maybe another one to the Global Village Park, and maybe another one to Black Chin. We're just going to kind of order them, and then John and his crew will talk with me about where to put them, and I will get feedback from this committee about what we think. Okay.
How many are ordered this year?
5 or 6. I can't remember exactly how. It may depend on the price.
Are they going to be the same black ones that are currently around?
I hope so. Yes,
Okay.
I hope to use the same manufacturer because the quality of those benches are nice. Now the ones I ordered for the first round were 6 foot. We could order some 6 foot and a couple of 4 foot ones that are less expensive. For just to have a variety of sizes, but as far as I know, we're going to use the same one.
The ones that are going into Harthill Park, if we can have like maybe 2 go at the soccer field,
Yep.
because the soccer group, the classes that my kids are in that meet at the park, they're now actually playing on the field, and there's no place to sit. So that would kind of be nice. There's a couple there.
Yeah. That was one of the things I talked with John about, was to put some benches up on that berm.
Yeah,
we want to put some trees along the berm and some benches in between a few trees, and that way you have some. Hopefully, we'd have some shade too, but we'll just see.
Eventually.
So okay, standardized village signs about litter pets. I haven't done that. I think we've already got signs. It's just that no one reads them or pays attention to them.
I've been around, and all of the things I've seen were plastic things where the sign is invisible or impossible to read or has deteriorated.
Basically disappeared over time.
Yeah, like they were paper with a plastic cover or something.
Okay.
I think I haven't seen anything with rules. Do we have a list of rules we want to put down?
I'll tell you what I'll do. In fact, let me. I'll picture. There's a sign over on the trail that runs between Swartout or Churchill and Northwoods.
Yeah.
That has an aluminum. It looks like an aluminum sign. I'll take a picture of that, and
Okay.
it has words on it. We'll see if that's enough.
And there's a county sign back behind, where is it? Jeez. In Northeast, if you leave, if you're walking through to, where is it? Just outside the village. It's a county road or county park, and they have a rule sign. I'll try to get a picture of that too.
Okay.
It's almost like state park type of thing,
Right.
pretty old. But it
Okay.
has, I'm pretty sure it has rules about dog and all dog waste and stuff like that.
We can, there are all sorts of providers for signs like that. We don't need to spend a lot like we did on our park signs
Yeah.
for them. But we get some good aluminum ones that are uh, well protected and visible, then we can put those up.
Mhm.
So we could just check, and the wording we should be able to find pretty easily. But
Yeah,
we'll
I'll
work
dig
on the
through.
words. We'll suggest the words that are needed inside the Greenway plan. Sorry,
Mm.
my brain is seizing up. Okay, we'll work on that too. So, and this is where we're talking about. Uh, this is where I identified some of the responsibilities. We'll just need to, on our final review, check to make sure we've covered everything there. But I pretty much picked up whatever we had said in the first place. Sidewalk policy. Monica, thank you, and Carolyn. I know you both worked really hard on that sidewalk policy. And
I'm going to say all I was is a very large cheerleader, and Carolyn did pretty much all the heavy lifting. So
it's the cheerleader that makes the work, go smoothly too. So that's okay. I appreciate you both taking it on, whatever your roles were. I thought it was a great start. It's very likely it might change, years down the road, but this gives us a good place to begin that policy and start using it, and then working out the kinks as we go along. So it's great. I appreciate it. And we will refer to that in here wherever it falls within our village code. I think Mike had a place picked out. And so once it's all finished, reviewed and approved and put into the code, we will try to mention that. And I think it will happen before we get our document out. I think it probably more meeting and it'll be done.
I mean, that one more board trustees meeting to accept it.
Yeah. One more. Well, we've got to get one more meeting. Bill Troy brought up some changes at a planning board meeting last night. Once those are in and the planning board thinks that the text is good, then the trustees will review it one more time and we'll approve it.
Okay.
So it's not much longer. Okay, and Larry, you're still working on the maps.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. The ones about listing and region, we're gonna have to figure out where all of the regional resources are to get ourselves listed. That's fact. I will take on that responsibility. And
I can't hear anything, guys. Please, I can't hear anything.
Those condenser microphones are terrible.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, I wasn't even on mute, guys. Sorry. Did you hear all that background screaming?
Yes, we did.
it takes me back. Gosh,
I thought I was on mute.
It's okay. It's quite okay. I know you have great kids, but even great kids have moments of despair.
Oh man, the moments are coming. Let me tell you.
So what I was saying is I was going to, I'm putting myself down to look up regional resources. But if anyone, Monica, if you or Larry know of anything, send me a recommendation too. Don't spend time at it, but if you know of something, send it to me. I will do some research. We will add once we get this done, we will add links to our Greenway resources and maps on that website, on the web page, on the village website. But that will be after the fact, after this document's done. I never got a final decision on this, whether this was a standing committee or not, but we're certainly working like one. We take a year or two off, but after a document's produced, but then we come back and start working again. So I'm going to leave that still to be ironed out. Future town trails. Yeah, these, I don't know. We can put them down, but I have no idea when or where they will run. There are lots of easements we have to go through to get a trail between the village and the town and back. I would like to see one on in the Trip Hammer area, and I would like to see one over in the Cayuga Heights Road area, if we could get two. But at this point, I just don't know. We're just gonna have to put something in here that's ambiguous. It says this will be done in the future. There are people inside the village or inside the town right now, the Parks and Recreation, that are also interested in doing something like this. So we'll just need to get together and do a shared services, maybe even go for a, um, a shared grant application, maybe to help pay for the trail and the engineering and so forth. So we will be working on that. So here, in fact, that's I'm the liaison to that committee, so I will put that down, and I'll write the wording for that too. Update the summary. I'll put my name here, but it might be all of us writing this. I'll be in charge of it though. Okay, planning board. I think we got those changes made.
We have a map for Hart Hill trails.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead here.
Oh, okay. We have your work. So this is in work, right?
Yes,
Or have you-
we have I've done the one map of the trails at Hart Hill Park, so we have.
Okay. So, well, actually, I'll say the change is made and we'll need to review that. And the Global Village Park, we wanted to add for the Philip Dankert Park, we wanted to show Global Village Park
Yeah, I
in
think
relationship to the Dankert. And I wonder if we should reverse that and say for the village, Global Village Park, if we should show both again, or if we just should list them together since they're so.
I think it
close.
should be separate probably, and they're on the map separate named parks, so.
Okay. Also combine, also let's combine. Dankert with Global.
They're quite different parks in a way, you know, the one being more little kid oriented.
Yes. So that would become, do you want to do that, Larry?
Okay,
I'll just let you be the map guy.
okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. And so trail now connects to Marion Hart Hill Park from Northwoods. Is that shown on your map?
Yes, that it does, yes.
Okay, so that's change made. Okay. And that one's done. And you're also working on the flower boxes.
Yeah, my map is done. I don't know what Lynn is thinking about the people she knows the people who maintain them, I guess. And
Yes, I
so we
talked
have
with,
them, but
I talked with the Orcutts on my campaign and thanked them, and they said that they would continue doing that as long as we provided as long as we paid for the flowers, they would keep doing that. And I said, well, you know.
so they actually buy a bunch of stuff and drive around and plant them.
Yeah, they buy it and then they just send us the bill and we pay them.
Mhm.
So, okay, so, and so this is this is part of what I'll just be very assisting because that's kind of what you've been doing.
Yeah.
is checking them around too. And yeah, we'll
And
see.
the East Shore Drive box is gone, I think. That there was a question about that, I think.
I'll put a parentheses check with Courtney.
Sure, no, let's see.
I'll double check.
Yeah, no, my map says there is a box under the East Shore Drive box. There is a flower box there.
Okay, so
That was maybe the one that Lynn was saying we might as well not do it because it's so far out or something.
yeah, it's hard to see. It's so small.
But there is a box under it according to the map. My map says there is a box. So we might want to just eliminate it.
Well, I want to put I'm going to put that down for me to request that the DPW crew remove that, and I'll have them confirm that we're taking down the right one, but they probably already know which one.
Yeah,
it is.
East Shore Drive southbound.
Okay.
That's the sign we're talking
Okay. Southbound.
about. Everybody's going 55 along there anyway, so they probably don't.
They're not going to stop and read a sign. Okay, and I've made the 2020 improvements. I'll go back and confirm that we haven't done anything since I updated that. But I think I did include all of 2020, and since we're in 2021, that would be for the next version.
Okay.
Although if we want to, we can add any improvements we make this year and just say that it runs through whatever month of 2021. We can do that too, because we are still doing things and we might get some more accomplished. We might as well put it in the document. Okay, well, that's all I really wanted to do today. And unless Larry, you or Monica have anything else you want to discuss.
No, I'm good.
I'm fine.
Okay,
I have about 5 things to do, so I'll try to get the sidewalk thing confirmed and draw
Okay.
on a Google Map thing.
okay. And so just keep working on this, and I'll try to flesh out some of the areas that I'm assigned to. And hopefully we could put together a version. We'll need to start dropping things in at some point and then do a final review. And at that point, we can work on writing the introduction and the summary while we're reviewing, and just kind of get ideas as we're going through, and then put that into the document.
So you were talking about the Miller map with Mark.
Mike.
Do you think that will be something that they're actually going to do pretty soon?
I'm going to meet with Mike Scott in the next few days, and we're going to be talking about things that I want him to do and things that he needs me to do as the mayor. And as part of that discussion, I will say one thing we do need to do is update our maps and sidewalks, parks, and anything else that he can think of that he uses consistently, but definitely sidewalks and parks.
And trails.
So we'll get those thrown into that mix, and then once we get our list together, we'll send it over to TG Miller, have them give us an estimate on what they think the charges will be, and then decide if we want to cut back on the list or just go ahead and turn them loose on everything.
Yeah, or else just use the maps we made ourselves.
Yeah.
Their upgraded or their thing on layers and everything. Again, if we pay to get it, we should have access to the layers.
Yeah. We can get some digital versions of everything, so it can be layered, and we can turn it on and off, and make a map of our own. Within the scope of the layers that are included.
Yeah. Right now, it's sort of, I have only one copy of it. It's just a picture without any content. So
yeah, I agree. We need to get something that's a little better and more useful now that we're using it for things like this. I agree. So I will mention that to Mike when I meet with him.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to end the meeting today at 4:49 p.m. And thanks, Larry and Monica.
Thanks.
Thanks for indulging me in my cooking.
That's fine.
My kids yelling, sorry.
Only one glitch. We're here listening to this.
That's fine. It's just like family.
Yeah. Monica, you're there saying, I can't hear a thing. I can't hear a thing. You can't hear this thing.
I don't even know what he was yelling about. Something was upsetting him. I don't even know what it was, and then he just wandered off. So, okay.
One of those days.
Okay, thank you.
Fine. Say hi to Simon.
I will. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor. Bye.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Bye.